James Vade. There we go. Moving the audios around. Thank you very much. Thank you for the resubscription. That's for 3 months. Holy cow, we've been doing this for 3 months. Mic check. There we go. Now we're working. I had another audio source up there. There we go. How are you doing tonight? Mim, good to see you. Good to see you guys in here. Oh, what a thing technology can be. And what a pain in the butt clouds can be. Architufus, good to see you in here. How you doing tonight? James, what's up, man? Glad to see the stream is doing well. Nice amount of consistent viewers. Andeller, happy New Year's Eve. Good to see you in here. Yes, James, thank you very much for the tier 2 sub. 3 months going on now with us. I appreciate it very much. Good to see you guys in here. I am Tom. I am the Astro Canuck. And 99% of the time, we are shooting live images of outer space. However, that's not the case right now because we are under clouds. They're under clouds because that's just the way 2020 has to go out, right? The forecast was looking very promising. In fact, there was pretty much no clouds, and that was like the exact opposite of what we were expecting there. So, you know, such is the life of astrophotography. However, the important thing is we're ready to party. I don't know how much, but at least parts are ready to party. Your New Year's already passed. Architufus, Happy New Year to you. Happy New Year. For those who already have had their New Year's Eve, greetings from the past in 2020. Hopefully 2021 is treating you guys well, and we'll catch up with you very shortly. We are at 8:30 in the evening here in the east of England, and we are hanging out with you guys until at least after midnight. The clock strikes 12. We'll ring in the new year at 12 a.m. Greenwich Mean Time. And until then, we'll kind of look over some things, kind of go back on what some previous images we've kind of taken, and just have a look at how this year has gone. I mean, for stream wise, it's only been a few months, but in terms of just what 2020 has been for astronomy and astrophotography, it's been very interesting. And yeah, we'll just kind of really have a chilled evening as usual, and probably do a little image processing. I think I'm going to look at the Rosette Nebula that I took last season at about just an hour's worth. We'll see what we can kind of get out of that. And it's not going to be a very extensive process on that there, but it's just kind of something to do while we're waiting for the clock to strike 12. So yeah, beard lights are amazing. Thank you. They were a Christmas item, but I figured to bring them out at least one more time for a New Year's Eve party, because why not, you know? A lot of the decorations are kind of down right now, so keep the holiday spirit up. Just that last hurrah before some of us are going to be going back to work on Monday. So I do have batteries for this, so it's we're all right. But we'll pop them on and off every now and then when it's good to party. It's gosh, it is cold, so I might end up turning my heater on every now and then. So hopefully that doesn't interfere too much with sounds. Let me just readjust volumes here, because I'm like very close to being sorted out for sound and everything. So it's kind of like the last phases of what's going on here with the channel, and before kind of the new bits start really coming in. There's a couple of new elements that are kind of hidden in here, and they will kind of, maybe we'll see them kind of crop up as the evening progresses. But until then, well, let me just switch over here. And yeah, just kind of looking at some of the standard bits that we have on the site here. I think what I'm going to end up doing is a lot of this is kind of going to change. I'll shift over to one side. These panels are going to go over here, and we'll just kind of see how things go. But yeah, it can also be tonight can be a little bit of a mixed bag as well. Much like how Christmas was, it's more just a place that for those who aren't maybe alone, or we just can't go out for New Year's Eve. So just a mixed bag of whatever kind of comes up on the channel here. But yeah, thank you guys for coming in. And there've been a few new followers to the channel, a few new members of the observatory that are well appreciated. And thank you guys very much. We have reached that. We've passed that hallmark of 300. Where's my finger? There we go. Of over 300 followers to the channel. So that is absolutely incredible. I can't thank you guys enough for the support that has been given out over the past few months, and just happy to see you guys kind of popping back in every now and then. It doesn't, whether you come in for the whole stream or you just kind of hang out for a little bit and say hello, that's fantastic. That is support enough. And yeah, just seeing you guys kind of take an interest in what I'm doing here, what I'm presenting to you guys, and whenever I can bring you guys images of the night sky, I'm happy to do so. It's what I want to do. It's what I am hoping this channel can consistently become, where we are doing some more interesting bits with outer space, because there is tons to see out there. And if tonight, if the weather kind of clears up, which one app says yes, another one says no, another one says maybe, yeah, I will take a 15-minute break in just to kind of get everything set up. And if we can kind of get imaging, I know we're at a full moon, so that is going to be, if the skies clear up, it's mainly going to be a lunar observation kind of night. And depending on how late things go, then maybe we'll be able to get some other targets out there. But for now, it's cloudy, and yeah, I mean, nothing much we can do about that. We haven't been able to build that gigantic fan yet to blow away the clouds, so we're at the mercy of the weather. But anyway, how are you guys doing tonight? Who has already celebrated New Year's? I know Arctufus has. I know there's a few of you who are in North America who will be celebrating New Year's a little later. But happy to have you guys in here all the same. Of our new members to the observatory, last one we had as we kind of closed out was Sea Shep. Alpha, how you doing tonight, man? Good to see you in here. Happy New Year to you. I know you are much farther east than I am, so you have your clock is past midnight. So good to see you good to see you with us tonight. Or have you? Or you're 5 hours? Or are you just passing? Or you're approaching midnight? I'm not good. Doing better, thanks to you. No worries, dude. Happy to just lend an ear to just for someone to verbalize things. It's tough times that we're in, So I'm glad to see you in here. Glad to see you hanging out and know that you're doing a little better there. So very glad to have you in. So of our new members of the observatory, there is Volcano Doc, Ravage XP, The Big Zinc, Bellanissima, SideQuest Steph, Lux P23. Lux P23, speak of the devil. How you doing tonight? Good to see you in here. Welcome to the observatory. Very glad to have you as part of our community. Good to see you tonight. And we had the resubscription of James Vade, 3 months with the observatory. That is really cool. We will, I'm excited to kind of see where things go in the new year. Technology likes to have things, it seems that it likes to go against me sometimes. And for lack of missing like one mouse click, I have been able to kind of figure some stuff out and make sure that things are, you know, moving in the right direction, just trying things out, because OBS is, the whole framework of all this has been new to me, and I feel like I'm really starting to find my feet in all this, and we're gonna get rolling with some new stuff in the new year. And yeah, so we'll see just how things kind of change up here. I saw you followed me on Instagram, so I followed you on Twitch. No worries. Glad to have you on here. So are we in 2020 December 32nd? I sure hope not. But yeah, I mean, we'll get things going. I'll try to. I really need to pay attention to the clock, because let's see. Well, let me look at what for time is. Let me see how close we are to the actual time on this counter up here. If we actually have the exact time. So that says 8:43. I'm going to keep an eye on it. I am... My difference in time is less than 1/100th of a second. It's pretty close. So I can at least... I'll know that we're on task. But let me also get my faux lighting set up. I think we're pretty close. All right, if I make sure to keep my eye on the time, and we are kind of down to 10 seconds there, yeah, we'll if that is going to work. Yeah, we'll get that sorted there. You haven't had a clear night since November. You know, pretty much about. I haven't had consistent clear nights here. It's a pain, to say the least, and just really annoying for just the way how the weather isn't cooperating with us. And what really gets me is when we have clear weather during the day, and right up until sunset, nice and clear, and then all the clouds roll in. Now I'm going to refresh my memory on your Instagram page there as well. By the way, I posted a Heart Nebula photo, and Instagram restricted my actions because of mature pictures. I mean, we all got a good idea of what the Heart Nebula looks like. It's it is. It's a naughty looking nebula there. Now my Heart Nebula is of a different orientation. But we'll Elixir, how you doing? Welcome to the observatory. Thank you very much for the follow. Appreciate that very much. How you doing tonight? Well, I know how you're doing tonight. I've been hanging out with you in Putsy's chat for the last 2 hours. But yeah, good to have you in here. Instagram hates nice things. Well, apparently they do. Well, they apparently also hate nice things that looks like uh-oh. I've touched things. There we go. It's funny, I barely, you don't touch anything, and all of a sudden everything goes absolutely wonky. But right, the Heart Nebula. We have worked on this image before, and you can see, turn your head, you don't even really have to turn your head. You know what it looks like. We all know what it looks like. And I guess the treatment that some people do on your, on those nebulosity, on that area of nebulosity, yeah, it can look a little bit less like a heart than, well, you know. Lux, what was your Instagram again? If I'm not fumbling through things, you can't see what you mean. Well, that shape there isn't so much, looks like a heart. You didn't post it. All right. What more like the, the khram. It's restricted. Well. As I've sometimes referred to it as Dick and Balls Nebula. And it's a starless version. So, okay, so maybe the star is just the overall shape of it. I have done a starless of the Heart Nebula, but if you honestly can't see it, then that's good. If you're just seeing a beautiful nebulosity in outer space, and that's totally fine. I guess if one uses the correct terminology, really how much can Twitch penalize you? This is education as well. Now this area of the Heart Nebula, which on its own could possibly look like a heart if you kind of invert it, turn it upside down. It can also resemble a scrotum. And then a very, very itty bitty phallus. There we go. Let's distract from that. So that's it. If you do see it now, you'll never unsee it. If you don't see it, then that's totally cool, and enjoy the view of the Heart Nebula. That's obviously a fish attached to the heart. Yes, same as Dylan O'Donnell, pillar of creation. I don't know what it means. I don't want to know. Fair enough. No worries. Arish, how you doing? Good to see you in here. Heart Nebula is looking fine. Yes, however, some people have had their Heart Nebulas taken down by the as lewd pictures on Instagram. So, yeah, it's. I think we're lucky. For those of us who don't have our images taken down, we're pretty lucky on that. That beard, yes, it's a little festive treat, kind of resurrected for New Year's Eve. You know, as much as it can feel like New Year's Eve. Mojo Jojo, how you doing tonight? I asked that question. I know how you're doing tonight. You have you've had quite a trying evening with the power company. So good to see you in here. We are stuck. We are stuck under clouds. I agree with the beard too. Tier 4 lockdown here, so I guess I'm watching this all night. Happy to have you along. This is my plan for the night, and if if we could watch New Year's Eve themed movies, and then we would. But we'll have a little bit of a light show, and I will bust out some of the. Look at the Rosette Nebula a little later on, because I think we can do a little better with that image processing, because I do have the denoise AI and a few other programs there. What is the left bottom picture? Very good question. That is one of our images from, which session was that? Was that last week, or the last session that we had for one of our live Astro images? And that is the Clown Face Nebula. So it was one of those exposures I wasn't sure how it was going to turn out, and it was a, how long did I do? I think it was maybe a 5-minute exposure I did on this target, because I didn't know how bright it was actually going to show up, and yeah, I was very pleased with how it ended up looking, because I had no idea. Wasn't sure we were actually going to get any kind of detail in this area of nebulosity. I'll grab a Hubble image of the Clown Face Nebula. Now it's also known as the, hey.
Love the beard. Happy New Year.
Thank you very much, Mojo Jojo, for the 500 bits. Happy New Year to you too, brother. Good to have you along here. Good to, for everybody who we've met on Twitch, and it's just weird how you meet someone in another room in a totally different channel, and it's like, hey, you like this too? I like this too. And Mojo Jojo is one of those people that I've seen in so many other chats, and it's good to see a familiar face in a new area on Twitch. So, yeah, thank you very much. I appreciate that, dude. Really, really do. So yeah, this is also known as the Eskimo Nebula, which that term is not proper to use anymore. So I will use its alternative name of the Clown Nebula, or the Clown Face Nebula, or I guess is more accurately NGC 2392. But this is a very interesting looking nebula, because it's a planetary nebula, and I wasn't sure, like I said, how it was going to turn out. That's not what I wanted there. Because it's fairly small. We are kind of really, really cropped in on this image. Mojo Jojo also just earned the 1K carbon badge. Excellent. Awesome to see that there. So you also have access now to to the hype emote. That should be cropping up in your... there you go. Carbon 1K on there as well. Those are our bits badges. They are based on the periodic table of elements. And, you know, obviously starting at hydrogen for donating 1 bit. And they eventually progress up to the into the heavier elements as kind of the bits will pile up. There we go. Excellent. Good to see that. Yeah. Also, I wasn't really sure how these were going to look. How these bit badges were going to turn out there. It's not too bad. I like it. I did try to also keep the colors in tune with the way how Twitch has their colors sorted out there, so they are, you know, of that that same color progression as well. Right, the Hubble's image of the Clownface Nebula. That's Hubble's. I mean, a much larger telescope than what we have, much longer integration time. We had 5 minutes with our target there. And, you know, overall, I like how it turned out. I mean, you can see the shape. Mine is rotated 90 degrees clockwise. Where's my hand? Yeah. Well, the way how it's displaying, 90 degrees clockwise. But you can still see that overall shape of it there. So I'm really, really happy with how that turned out. And again, I say this with like pretty much every image that we take. I want more time on that target. There's a ton of targets out there that you know, we're strapped for clear nights sometimes. Most times it seemed like after the past couple of years. I feel like two years ago I was able to go out almost every night, and I was doing almost more visual observations with the telescope that I had. But I just felt like there was more clear nights in the winter than there are now. So that's, pardon me. Looking back on things, it's like, if I had this equipment then, but then, you know, would it be the same? It wouldn't be the exact same. Pardon me. It'd be a different tone. And who knows where this channel would be if we had already started 2 years ago doing this. Who knows? But yeah, it's take the weather as much as we can, as well as we can to get as much of the night sky on our screens as possible. So yeah, this is one of our like I said, the earlier image of the Clownface Nebula. Shotgun Steve! Good to see you in here, dude. How are you tonight? How's it going? So of the image of that Clownface Nebula, yeah, it's very small in the sensor. So, you know, even at this at this focal length, it's we really had to zoom in to actually see the detail of this planetary nebula, and I was happy to capture that there. Pico Nico, you made it. Happy New Year. Just playing some Persona 5. What is Persona 5? I've never checked that out there. I'm good. We're good. I left a comment hoping I would. I was busy doing nothing all night. Well, Pico Nico, glad to have you in here. Shotgun Steve, glad to have you in here as well. Appreciate that very much. So yeah, this was our my image of the Clownface Nebula. NGC 2392 versus a Hubble image. Okay, yes, no comparison. JRPG is so good. I'll check it out. I'll have a gander at that. Turning my fan on because it is freezing in here. But yeah, good to have you guys. Yeah, so the Clownface Nebula from the Hubble Space Telescope, and my Clownface Nebula. Now this is again 5 minutes. Happy with seeing some structure there. Where you see those kind of the inner ring and that top area of nebulosity where you got more of the matter kind of gathering up there. So from a 5-minute image, I mean, I probably could have gone 10 minutes, but we were starting to, the telescope was starting to get double vision because the dew heaters were up too high. I had the temperature much higher than I needed to be. So it wasn't really good for them. I figured that the temperature controller would kind of bring them up to a certain temperature, but it just kind of turns them on automatically. I had them set a little too high, and for next time I make sure to turn it down a little bit, and that way if it does start to kind of fog up on the lens, we can turn it up a little bit more and we can kind of wait. It shouldn't be too long, but it's a learning process. It's I never really worked with a proper kind of dew heater system. Really, the last one I had was it was on or off. These ones you can adjust the temperatures, and apparently mine run a lot hotter than usual, so it did start to deform the mirror, but it did it kind of started causing, I guess, double vision with the mirror because it wasn't focusing correctly, and I just couldn't get rid of that. And luckily, I was kind of at the end of the night once it started happening, and it's a little bit of a pain. And also the clouds started rolling in, so at least it wasn't a total loss. I really wouldn't have liked to have to cut a night short from my error on new equipment there. So now that I do know for the future that I'll start the temperature a little lower, a lot lower actually, and then we'll kind of deal with it from there. But that night that we were shooting, we were kind of dealing with a full moon. We were at I think it was just on the other side. That was the waxing gibbous moon, and now we're on the waning gibbous. Just seeing what other. There was an interesting one. Can I rotate? I don't think I can rotate this image. But this was the 37 cluster. That I thought was kind of cool. So if you just kind of turn your head counterclockwise there, you can see that there is the number 3 and a number 7. And that's just near the constellation of Orion, where this little star cluster can be found. I thought it was really, really cool to get a shot of this one, because it didn't take a lot of time. It's not like an area of nebulosity where you have to put in a lot of exposure time. This was just a minute-long exposure. We were able to see the number 37 in outer space. I think it's always really interesting when these asterisms kind of line up and hold up to their namesake. Luna, good to see you in here. I like that emote. I like that Captain Planet emote. That's really cool. Whose is that? Cape Hike. Interesting. That's cool. I like that. Maybe that's what we'll kind of do for our next emote. And she's Canadian. All right. Give her a follow. Check her out. Maybe that's what we're going to... Maybe we'll do for like the next 2 emotes or something like that. We'll see. Maybe... I don't know. Maybe it will be... we can get the 2. Maybe then we can kind of get our shaking the fist at a cloud. At least then it's the... in some ways, so you can maybe go across a couple of panes. So it does look like the... someone shaking their fist at the clouds. Luca TW. Luca, good to see you. Good evening to you. Thanks for coming in. She does body painting, a lot of nerdy comic shit. It's amazing. She's the nicest person ever. Ever? Nicest person ever? All right. Ever? Yeah, but can she do this? Kind of sus. More shots, please. That's not a suggestion. More shots, please. Thank you very much for joining the observatory. Welcome in. Good to have you in here. How are you doing tonight? We're just having a chilled, a 4-panel. They are off the chain. Look at that. That's cool. For those of you who are new to the channel, I am Tom. I am the Astro Canuck, and 99% of the time we are taking live images of outer space. However, being in the east of England, we are stuck under a giant carpet of clouds. So there's not much time for any imaging kind of going on there. So what I was hoping to be a little bit of a lunar imaging session tonight for leading into the new year, 2020 has given us one last gift and has thrown a blanket of clouds over top of my town. So we're kind of looking over some older images there and really just kind of just chilling out, having a good time, as you know, as much as we can in this climate there. But yeah, I appreciate you guys coming in. And I'm hoping that we will have a countdown ready. I was trying some stuff out, and you know, technology works kind of all right. But you know, we'll see how that goes. But yeah, for now, have a easygoing evening. All right. The good news is the countdown is good to go. Whether or not it works is a totally different story. But we'll see. Actually, I guess I shouldn't be doing any audio here. I think so. I think we're good. What's your opinion on today's APOD? I haven't seen today's APOD yet. Wish I had a beard. I mean, everybody should have a beard. I mean, you may not like it at first, but eventually it does grow on you. Today's APOD. Let's have a look. Oh. Best joke I heard today. Oop. I'm angering the encoding police, saying I'm overloaded. All right, chill out, encoder. We'll be fine. familiar stars of a northern winter's night shine in this night view taken near Jiangxi, Gansu, China, and the border with Inner Mongolia during the early hours of December 17. Orion is near center in a single exposure that captures a fireball streaking across the sky, almost as bright as yellowish Mars shining on the right, displaying Gemini's twin stars Castor and Pollux near the top of the frame. The fireball's trail and timing are consistent with the second skipping atmospheric entry of Chang'e's 5 missions returning capsule. Oh, so this was the Chang'e 5 capsule that returned, so it wasn't just a fireball. That is a really cool capture then. I like it. I do like the wide field shots, and also I know that there's a good chance that they were anticipating this coming through, but then to be able to make sure that you get that captured is pretty incredible. I mean, when I get a meteor streaking through one of my images, totally fine with that. Love it. I think it's great to capture those coming through your field of view. When it's a satellite, I think this is probably the only other satellite that I'm okay with, because this one's coming back into the atmosphere. So that is nothing to complain about on that image there. And that is a really, really wide angle shot as well, because Orion is incredibly tiny. But that's cool. $10mm probably. Yeah, that is very, very wide. But that's cool though. That's new. Like I said, a few new little things on the channel. That's one of them. And like I said, trying to work towards a more little geeky, little nerdy stuff that are kind of thrown in there. Little Doctor Who style, maybe a little bit, just at least some of the stuff might be kind of almost ready-made to a degree, but I will try to change things a little bit to my tastes. And yeah, it might it takes a lot longer to do things than sometimes you'd expect, and just trying to figure out exactly what it is I want for this site, it can take time. It is taking time. I mean, there's, like I said before, I try to maybe do at least one new thing for each stream just to keep things interesting, keep things a little fresh. And I think there's eventually be more of the overhaul to come. But yeah, it's a fun project to work on. And I try not to let it take up most of the day. However, it does feel like there's a lot that goes on behind the scenes that takes a lot longer than I would expect. And I see a lot of people who do put in incredible amounts of work on their streams. And it can feel like almost like a full-time job, really. It's weird that you don't think about it that way. But then once we finish the stream, like tonight's stream is probably going to be, what time is it now? 9 o'clock, maybe 4, 5, maybe 5.5 hours, 5-6 hours. That's like almost an entire shift at work. but I enjoy it. I enjoy tinkering with little things and discovering new processes for working on the stream. You know, I look forward to seeing what can kind of come out of all these options in there. Now that I've kind of gotten a little more comfortable with getting back into After Effects and creating some files for here, and you know, working with kind of green screen objects. And yeah, I'll eventually get into, I will be having a section, not a section, I will be having channel point rewards more readily available. So there's going to be more options than just the making sure I have a mic check, unlock an emote, and highlight your message. You know, just there'll be a few other options that are going to come through there. You do the thing you love. It's so good. Thank you. I appreciate that. I mean, I love astronomy. I love astrophotography. And like I said before, I try not to let this take up so much of the time, but at the same time, it is what I like to do. And, you know, right now, I'm at a point where this can be a main focus. And, you know, I have my 9 to 5 that I'll be going back to on the 4th. And things will probably change up a little bit in terms of the way how the streams are going. We have gone later in some of our streams, and that's just mainly because I can sleep in till 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, and be like, yeah, it's okay, let's start the day now. But I'm going to have to start to get back into that rhythm of going to back into regular work hours next week. So we will do this stream. This will be our Thursday New Year's Eve stream. And then it will be Friday, probably won't be a stream, but Saturday will be our regular rainy day astrophotography, unless the clouds will clear up. And we will do a little more image processing. And I'm not sure the target for that one there. Like I said, tonight we'll probably jump over to Photoshop a little later on and look at the Rosette Nebula. Actually, I say that, but do I have that file? Do I have to download that file first? That's one thing I got to check. I'm just saying, well, we'll do that. No, we may not. Because everything is meaningless and we're all going to die, as Dylan O'Donnell succinctly puts at the end of every video. He just likes to drive that point home every time. But until then, we will do some awesome shit. Like this. So this is my earphone. This is not a power cord of any sorts. This beard is fueled by awesomeness. That's all it is. But yes, Lux, what was your Instagram? Your name on Instagram there, because I wanted to creep your page again. Photons on photons. No. Right, what other image did I have from... There we go. You're getting nervous. Are you alright if I look at on here? It's just, if you don't want me to, I will creep it a little later. It's not so much I don't really review images. I just like to see what other people are doing with their astrophotography. And it looks like you have some other targets that I do not get access to. Oh, using a remote telescope. Yeah. My move transition doesn't like to move all the time. It's a little annoying. Now, I've been hearing fireworks going off a lot. And what I just heard from outside. Sorry, just one sec. We'll come back to that in a moment there. Just seeing if there was anything that happened out there. It didn't sound like a firework that went off. It just sounded like a big crash. You did some remote work. Some DSLR and some with your 8-inch Newtonian. I mean, the remote data from Australia is nice. And like being in the northern hemisphere, I feel like sometimes we do take our northern targets for granted sometimes. And it's like, oh, someone shot the Pinwheel Galaxy again. Oh, look, it's Andromeda. I see. But yeah, to get shots of the southern targets is really cool. I like it. It's all good. I love seeing everybody, what other people are doing with their photos. Yeah, Thor's helmet is one of those targets that's just out of reach for me. You know, I want to capture it, and like I think I have I can have it framed up really well. However, there's trees and stuff in the way. Means like you started a year ago. It's looking really good. I mean, you're off to a tremendous start with all this. You know, I mean, with one of my earlier image, like my Orion image, you know, mine was rubbish. I ended up leaving a moon filter on there, and it just was totally green, washed out, and you know, not even anywhere close to enough integration time to get anything going there. But yeah, I mean, for a year of processing there, looking good, looking really, really good. I mean, nor do I consider myself any kind of authority on astro imaging. You know, but I know what I like, and I know, and even if it, you know, where's one of my stinkers? Okay, just a quick. This was the Rosette Nebula that I did that I'll see to maybe working on a little bit. This is only an hour's worth of images, and I'll see what we can do if I can kind of get a better color range on there. So that will be one we might look at in about an hour or so. What do you mean this one? This was. One of my first kind of wide field shots, and looking back on it, I'm like thinking it wasn't that well put together. You know, there was a lot of detail lost, but after a couple years, going back at it, same image, just a different kind of processing was done with it. And the main thing that came out of that was working on the per channel processing. And as I say, those who may not have checked out, there was a video of, I guess, about maybe almost a year ago now from Astro Backyard, who talked about doing per channel processing, and this is what really helped me kind of improve that image from before. I'm using a lot of software because my coma is huge at f4.4. Do you use Photoshop, or do you use like Astro Pixel Processor or PixInsight to do your processing? If you mention that in your comments on the images there, I hadn't checked that out. There we go. You know, that was my first image of the Orion Nebula. Photoshop mostly, but I tested some others. I had done a trial of PixInsight, and yeah, I liked it. I liked it a lot. However, it was so long ago that I got to start all over again if I'm going to get back into that. But Photoshop, I know pretty much cold, so you know, to kind of try something new. It's not that I don't want to, but it's pardon me, I know there's a lot more focus that needs to go in it, and quite a few hours of concentration on there. And being under Bortle 4 helps a lot. I imagine it would. I imagine it would. I'm in a Bortle 5, maybe borderline 6. So, you know, it's not always the best of skies. When we do have clear nights, and it is the seeing can be really, really good. And once 1 in the morning rolls around, they do turn out the streetlights. So those who may not be familiar with the Bortle scale, ranging from, you know, your inner city, say like, you know, Toronto, New York, Paris, anything like that, you are washed out and you're lucky to see a handful of stars, and it's tough. You definitely need to shoot narrowband if you're doing imaging, and probably also good to have a monochrome camera so you are able to pick out as much detail as possible. I live near the smallest and most efficient observatory for catching asteroids in the world. Do you now? That's very interesting. That is interesting. You're like you're in like some prime location there. Google it. I'm also going to Google how to pronounce that too. That looks very nice. Hey, Paul Rowe. How you doing? How are you tonight? Good to see you in here. Salami to you, Paul Rowe. Right, how do we pronounce this? I'm about as good as eating a KFC bucket meal, drinking 4 beers next to a campfire. It seems pretty decent, you know? Gotta say. Did it again. Brother! Harbstrom, how you doing? How you doing, brother? Brother, good to see you. Just popping in to wish you a Happy New Year. A Happy New Year to you and the family. Good to see you in here. Okay, 5 beers. Excellent. That's not too bad. I'm debating, do I break out the little bit of the whiskey later? Maybe ring in the new year. The beard lights are back. That's it, they are. I thought they were going to be retired after the batteries died. However, I did have more kicking around the place. So why not throw in a fresh pair and celebrate one more time with an illuminated beard? And again, this is not my power cord. It's just my earphones. Don't need that much juice to power this thing up here. As massive as the beard is. Encoding is overloaded. No, you are not overloaded. Vishnian. Vishnian. Is that right? Am I saying it right? 2020 never again. 2020 has been hard. It is. Vishnian. Vishnian. Thank you. The girls also say hi. Hello, girls. If you're still watching, hello. Beard lights are well received in Ontario. They seem to be well received in a lot of places. I still have anyone yet to say you look like an idiot. Here they come. I like it. It's fun. Like I said before, it's much cleaner, much easier to clean up than having beard glitter. You do be looking like what? Dare I say, dare you say, smart. Why, thank you. Thank you very much. So if I turn them off, a little less smart. On Instagram, Vishnian Observatory. I'm just going to copy that there. Shop smart. Shop S-Mart. It's been too long since I watched some Evil Dead. That's cute. 907 followers. That's really cool. I see there's, for those who may not have realized what we were mentioning about the Heart Nebula, here's a different orientation of it, where things are pointing down more. Just in case. Just in case. Alright, because let's see if the move works again or if it's going to, nah, forget it. Let's go, no, it did it again. Yeah, it doesn't. Now it works. Alright. Nope. Something up with OBS. Those astrophotos are not from the main scope, by the way. What's the, which ones are from the main scope? What's the focal length of that one? Five meters. All right. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, you're not going to get that view. If you were to have a mosaic at 5 meters of the Heart Nebula, that'd be incredible. There we go. Cromer Gaming. How are you, sir? Good to see you in here. How is your evening, afternoon going? We are having a itty-bitty party here. Preparing to ring in the new year as best as possible. As well as we can. Glad to have you in. We're just kind of looking over some older images because we are currently stuck under the all the clouds. Every cloud in the world has descended upon my area of the UK. Any observatories near you? The Greenwich Observatory would be the closest one to me, and I guess then kind of the next one would be the Jodrell Bank Observatory in Manchester. Of which I hadn't, is a really weird thing that I've been living in the UK for 10 years and I've never gone to the Greenwich Observatory. I'm ashamed to admit that I never had gone into London with the intent of going to the observatory. And I hope those you can forgive me for not going there. One day, one day we'll get back to the observatory. The beard lights save you. All right, good. So I can never take these out then. It's gonna get really, really tough to wash it. Now, the last imaging session that we did, it was kind of tough because we were facing a bit of a full moon. And usually when we are doing a full moon, we really can't get any images. This is kind of like the only image that we got of the moon. Nope. That's not it. That's not what I wanted. There we go. And it can be tough to get an image of the moon with the software. That's where that software, the equipment that I'm using. I do have the original ASI Air, and it doesn't do video per se. I can fudge it a bit by using the focus mode. You know, and we can get some images of the moon. Had we had clear skies, this could be what we were seeing, but more in a live sense. So. Until the clouds kind of clear out, I said we're taking a look at some older images there, and maybe simulating a view of what we would be looking at right now. And I think this was also another full moon, and we're probably at maybe about the same phase, about like 95%. Which, unless you're looking at it, you know, from close up with the scope, then it, you know, 95% is still a full moon. And once you start getting at the longer focal lengths, and you're actually kind of able to see that terminator, kind of picking up some details along the edges there. It's you know, the moon is bright enough that, you know, you're sitting here on Earth, you're not going to be able to see it that well, you know, to separate the details there. And also it is nice to kind of look at you know, maybe like a 50, 60, 40% moon, because then you can really get those details, like contrast along the terminator there between the shadow and the light, and see just how deep some of those craters are. I'm trying to use my phone through a 2x Barlow and a 6mm eyepiece for planets. But I don't know how to process the video. I had used, when I did my image of Mars, I used auto stackered. It was the first time I used it, and kind of the last time that I used it. I haven't really done a lot of planetary. I did use my mobile phone for that, and you know, I think it could have turned out a little better. I mean, a whole lot better, but you know, it's doable. But I mean, it didn't turn out as amazing as I thought it was going to. You know, with Mars, I think this was like, how long did I do this? I didn't say how long it was. I want to say it was like 5 or 8 minutes of worth of video, and way too long, because there was all sorts of. Well, I mean, I was looking at it through a 25mm eyepiece. I think I had a 3x Barlow on there. You know, so it was. And there's this blue. I want to say it's got to be some kind of chromatic aberration around the edge there, because you know that wouldn't be right with Mars. Also, there was the dust storm, and I figured that maybe that white area down there was the pole. It's not like I was completely discouraged from using it, but I always found that planetary imaging is just not for me. It's not what I enjoyed doing. I enjoy taking more images of nebulae and galaxies. It's the water on Mars, yes. Oh, my beard is still on. I can only capture the detail through the eyepiece, so I'm stuck with the phone. I started off. Oh my God! Pardon me. I need another coffee. I will make it to midnight. It's not like I woke up early today or anything like that. Use pip to detect the planet and cut down on the number of frames. It automatically centers the planet, crops the blank area, and removes frames where the planet is not on screen or having bad seeing. You then feed it through auto stacker or registacks to stack them. Yeah, I think I just kind of went straight into auto stackered. I think. When was that? It's like 2.5 years ago. And I just saw a spelling mistake. Close that before I notice any other problems. It's midnight and 12 minutes. I'm gonna go to sleep already. Just 12 more minutes. Just 12 more minutes, Pico Nico. You can do it. I believe in you. Just do like a dance or something. And like my one and only image of the sun. With like almost zero activity on there. Just the one kind of four lonely little sunspots. That's about all I got from there. I mean, there was a... What else did I do? Oh, that was just the bits. That's the old telescope I had. That was my first scope. So yeah, I mean, the focus wasn't great, and it was also just like a single image. I didn't take any video of it. So, you know, it's I liked it enough. It's all right. I think kind of getting a dedicated solar scope would be. I think I'd use that a lot more than what I had here with that setup there. Don't have a solar filter. Maybe this year. Yeah, I mean, for me, I think a PST scope would probably be maybe a 2 to 3 year investment. Not Jesus has joined the observatory. Thank you very much. Welcome in. Welcome in, Not Jesus. Does that make you Beelzebub? Welcome into our community. Good to have you in here. Once you go telescope, you never go back. That is... I would agree with that. As soon as I switched out from my Canon DSLR to a Skywatcher 72 ED. Why am I yawning? This is ridiculous. Yeah, to a 72 ED. Those images that came out there were so much sharper, and because there was less elements for the light to have to travel through, and you know, telescope is designed for focusing at infinity, whereas you know, your camera lens has many more elements, and it's just not quite designed for astrophotography. It's just more designed for, for bright terrestrial photography. Now, because move isn't working right, I'm going to go with this one here. That works out a little better. So yeah, using a telescope, there's no turning back after that. And even the difference between using my compound telescope and the refractor, I like the images that come out of the refractor a lot better. I swear I'm not tired. Yeah, I like the images that come out of the refractor a lot better. I like the images that come out of my reflector more than the compound scope. I never was a fan of diffraction spikes before, and kind of like once I started owning my own scope, that was that produced the diffraction spikes, it grew on me pretty quick. Much like when I was trying to decide on which Astro astronomy dedicated camera I was going to buy. And that was a long process. I almost bought the wrong one on the simple fact that I wanted a astronomy dedicated camera. And I'm glad that I did pause on that and just do the ASI Air, and kind of stuck it out a few months longer with the stuck out a little longer with the DSLR. And then once I did make the right choice, it's I do not regret that purchase at all. A no scope is still awesome. A 360 no scope for all the gamers out there. That's it. Pick off them noobs. Show them your skills. Oop. There we go. Got rid of my stream manager. Are the lights a fire hazard? No, so far my face hasn't burst into flames, which is good. They're just little LEDs. I think if anything there's a problem, it'll just be the little battery pack on the back of my neck that explodes. I should pick another place for it. So in terms of astrophotography for 2021, what do I want to do? In terms of, I really just want clear nights right now. I think where we're at with all the equipment that we have, that we're right there, and I think there's anything else right now is kind of a bonus to what we're doing. So what I would consider a bonus would be a filter wheel, so we can image in narrowband and image in broadband depending on which target we're going to shoot. And also, I guess coupled with that, we would want to have a automatic focus to make sure that we are, when we switch filters, that we're still within focus there. 2020, you want a solar eclipse. Where is the next solar eclipse? Show me? No. So the 10th of June, we have an annular solar eclipse. Shamshung! Shamshung! No, not Shamshung. I'm thinking Shotgun Steve here. Samshung. Good to see you in here. I can't say, but health and wealth to you on your next orbit around the Sol. Thank you. And same to you as well. How are you doing tonight? Good to see you in here. So we have an annular solar eclipse on the 1st of June, that unless you're in the higher northern areas of the globe. Doing well, excellent, good to hear. You have quite a few hours to go before your New Year's Eve. You'll try to be back later in game currently. No worries. Appreciate you kind of popping in for a second there. We'll be hanging out for the next few hours until our portion of the meridian reaches the 12 o'clock hour. West Coast, another 10 hours. There you go. You got plenty of time. You're just getting ready to have some lunch. Oh, coffee's empty. Will you be streaming long? Yes, I will. What time are we at? We are at 10 o'clock. So maybe for the next 3 hours at least. So we'll ring in the new year and maybe do a little image processing. And if the clouds clear up, maybe a little more live imaging. So yeah, we'll be hanging around. Oop, hang on. I'm going to see if I can move the... Yeah, live fireworks. Oh, they're probably done. Oh, of course they're done. Oh. Well, that was cheap and cheerful. Oh well. Did everybody enjoy the fireworks? Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Microplastics and pretty lights. This is a very colorful stream. So yeah, for those of you who have joined in, thank you very much for coming in. I am Tom. I am the Astro Canuck, and welcome into our New Year's Eve stream. We are 2 hours away from the new year. We are currently at 10 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time. Alpha Unity, Happy New Year! Happy New Year to you. You are in the 32nd of December. It feels like that. It can feel like that. At Twitter. Right, so planning out our solar eclipse schedule. It's midnight. Midnight for you. Well, a happy New Year to you, Alpha. Wish you as much of the best as possible for 2021. I know 2020 has been a really rough year for everybody. So hopefully we can kind of round that corner for 2021 and just see some positives coming out in the next trip around the sun there for sure. Let's see, 2021 for December 4th, and not much. All right. I'm probably going to be switching back and forth to the security cam a lot because there are people shooting off some fireworks. You missed it. You're making a special project. Ooh. right, I'm going to leave it on this screen for a little bit. You're making a special project, so later tonight, hopefully. Interesting. All right, cool. Is it another composure? Cool. Very cool. That's weird. My Twitter opens up in a totally different window. So this was the aforementioned Heart Nebula that was taken down from Instagram there. Let's retry. Reload. There we go. Oh, you got a bit of the soul in there as well. That's cool. So that's what Instagram deemed to be a potentially phallic shape. Too hot for Instagram, good enough for Twitter. Just fine for us here. Tremendous. Twitter is R-rated. Twitter has no boundaries. It really doesn't. Chilly in here. I think I kind of need to have the security camera up at all times because there's some fireworks going off. If we can kind of catch some in the camera, that'd be kind of fun, more than just the flashes. And again, I've turned my heater on again. What's our temperature? What are we sitting at right now? We are at 0 degrees. I did have to get up at midnight to see the fireworks, but Happy New Year, everyone. Happy New Year to you, Pico Nico. Happy New Year to you. For those who are ringing in the new year right now, wishing you guys all the best on this next trip around the sun, because we need some decent positivity rolling into this next year. And knowing that 2020 was a bit of a write-off, and probably will be spoken in hushed tones. 2020 is kind of the Voldemort year, So hopefully everything kind of turn a corner and be a little more positive. Have you captured M33? Because I think on testing it with 30-second exposures, I have. We have done M33, and also we've done a 33-minute exposure on that galaxy, a single shot. Because what we are normally doing with every photo, we are taking 5, 10, usually 10-minute exposures and just single shots, just to see what we can kind of get out of the camera there. See if we can find a yeah, that was our 33-minute exposure of M33. A little bit of movement, a little bit of star trails. However, I wasn't expecting it to be pinpoint for the whole time there. Celtic Raven, how you doing? Why was it reported on Instagram? Oh, dang it. Because it looks like a penis. Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you too. Those red clouds are nice. They are. This is, I'm using a narrowband filter on this. I'm using a Altair Astro tri-band filter for the for a one-shot color camera. So we're not getting the full spectrum of the galaxy. We're really just kind of picking out the nebulosity around there. So it's really interesting what kind of cropped out with the difference of a 30-minute exposure. You know, versus there's more of a 10-minute shot of that galaxy. That's still 33 minutes. Just wow, maybe Freud was right. Dude might have been onto something there. How do you keep going? Anyway. So yeah, M33 is a really nice target, especially we're shooting at 980 millimeters. And it fits in really nice on the sensor there. I am using a 0.6 reducer on my scope. So we're able to get some of the more popular targets fitting in there, and especially with Andromeda doesn't fit in our scope, but M33 does, which is its partner. Oh, they're 2.5 million light years away. So I like shooting this one. There's always some interesting bits to pick out of there, and just seeing, especially these larger areas of nebulosity within the galaxy, seeing that at 2.5 million light years away show up is really, really cool. Really cool. I mean, yeah, nothing much more to kind of elaborate on that than it just looks absolutely amazing. So for shooting this at 30, this is still our 33-minute exposure there. That was a test just to see how much detail we could get out. And there was a lot of these dimmer areas of nebulosity and star clusters and clumps of the stars around the galaxy that we were able to pick out that we just don't usually get with our 10-minute exposures. And yeah, sometimes if guiding is really good, then yeah, I will try to expose as long as possible and kind of pick that 10 minutes will be like the minimum that we'll do on our images there. Whereas sometimes if the moon is bright, then we'll try for 5 minutes and try to pull out some detail. Other than that, we kind of at the mercy. You can see a bit of a gradient there, and that is mainly from the street lights in my area, which don't turn off until 1 in the morning, and which sometimes for our imaging sessions there, we kind of get clouded out earlier in the evening than we do, have a full night session there. I don't think we've really gone past like 1, 2 in the morning at most. We haven't actually been able to go the entire night with a clear sky, because we've had forecasts that were promising, much like tonight, that really turned on us. So it's, like I said, it can be a bit of a crapshoot sometimes doing astrophotography. Most times doing astrophotography, whereas you can expect the clearest of skies, and then all of a sudden these clouds are going to roll in, ruin your night. And especially if you're doing remote imaging, I can imagine that's got to be really frustrating, because you've spent all that time and planning, making sure you're in the right spot to get those shots, and then these clouds roll in, force you to pack up unless you're kind of camping with enough hardware. Your evening shot. Yawning again. I may have to take 2 minutes and make a coffee. In fact, I think I will do that. In 15 minutes. In 15 minutes, I'll take a 3-minute break. Oh. There were some fireworks going off. There we go. Bit of a free light show. People starting off early. See if we... You see, I got these 2 trees in my back garden. Deep Sky Stacker has a white balance issue when it sees hazy skies and turns everything green. Yeah, the hazy sky, that's going to kind of create that haze, you said that the haze over your images there, and it just washes it out, and you deal with that in post-processing afterwards. I've had that on a few images. I had to go back and cut back on a lot of the exposures I've done, because I had enough wispy clouds kind of rolling through, and I got to cut those out. And just like, as much as I thought that maybe the data was all right coming through, it does make a bit of an impact there. The ISO on the outdoor camera, I don't know. Don't know. It just kind of seems to have... There's one setting. There's the daytime mode and the nighttime mode. Can't really do a lot of adjustments on there. Advanced settings. Pan and tilt. No, there isn't any exposure or ISO on there. I love the fireworks, but is there a blizzard outside? But there is a blizzard outside, so the visibility is less than 500 meters, and I just froze my ass for nothing. Worth it. Love the bangs. Excellent. I used to hate fireworks as a kid. Don't know why. Just the loud noise got to me. But now I like them. I mean, it wasn't too much longer. It was maybe a teenager. Everything was cool again for fireworks. And we have a couple of big parks in our area, so really it's just a matter of kind of taking a 5-minute walk up the street and being able to see some more of the fireworks going off there. But it's nice to see the flashes. But let's see some plumage. everything is just too far away. None of the neighbors around the back areas want to light anything off. I guess, which is probably good. My car is safe. We'll keep an eye on that. If we do have any wonderful fireworks going off, then we'll cut back over there as soon as possible. Actually, I think I will take this brief moment to make another coffee, and we'll leave this screen on. I will just go to the BRB screen there. And yes, I'll be back in like 2.5-ish minutes. Just enough time to make a coffee, really. So I will be back. The beard will be back, and I will make a coffee, and I will stop yawning. And then we will be back with looking at RIP MF Doom. Excuse me? What occurred? MF Doom has died. Oh. Daniel DeMao is a British rapper, songwriter, and record producer. MF Doom's mask similar to that of Marvel comic supervillain Doctor Doom. I'd say it looks more like Maximus in Gladiator. Well, that's not good. Paul Rowe. Oh, sorry to hear about MF Doom there. It's never. You always hate to see your, those favorite artists die. Oof. Off to sleeps. All right, Paul Rowe. Have a good evening, and we will see you in 2021, where we will expect some more Beat Saber from you. For those of you who are not following Game for Paul Rowe, give him a follow. Some fun times with his streams playing Beat Saber, and play some other cool video games as well. So give him a follow, check him out. That is, if I wake up in 2021, the sun will probably explode at midnight. Well, if it does explode at midnight, we'll have at least we'll have almost 10 minutes to kind of take in 2021. Until then, we will see you in the morning or in the afternoon. I won't be streaming tomorrow, so I'm going to rely on you for some entertainment if you are streaming. All right, 2 seconds. I'll be back with a coffee and a little less yawning. And if anybody new pops in, well, the screen will tell them I'll be right back. Yeah, we'll be on FNAF. Just set it up. I just got to test it. It works in 16.9. Excellent. Like I said, I never played Five Nights at Freddy's, and I'll let you guide me through that one, and I'll see if it's on Xbox Game Pass, all of them there. So yeah, if it intrigues me enough, I'll give it a download. Take up some space on the hard drive. All right, 2 seconds. Pop on the kettle, and maybe have a quick wee break. Couldn't imagine playing that game without a mouse. I can't imagine playing games with a mouse. That's the problem. I've had too much time with the Xbox controllers. I've been away. Like the last game I really got into playing with a mouse and a keyboard was the Alien vs Predator, where you can actually play as the xenomorph, and that was really cool because you just in all directions you can move there. Hey, Pops, go get a coffee. Okay, all right, guys. My dad has told me to get a coffee. I can't not listen to him. All right, BRB. And we're back. We are back. We have coffee. We're good. We're good. How you guys doing tonight? What a transition. Thank you. That's a new one. Why am I still up? I am old. Yeah, you're only as old as you feel, think. I don't know. Meteor crash in your backyard while you're away. Oh no, I missed it. Son of a biscuit. All right, we'll catch the next one. Good to have you guys in here. Hopefully you guys are having a decent night. Those of you who have had the midnight hour across your area, Happy New Year to you. Hopefully 2021 is going a lot better. Volcano Doc, biddies for the
spectacular beard light.
Thank you. Appreciate that very much. Good to see you in here. How are you doing tonight? Guys, if you do have a chance, check out Volcano Doc. She has an incredible Twitch channel. And really interesting. I was going to go to bed one night. I discovered the channel and I stayed up a few hours longer just learning more about volcanoes. So it was really cool. Woke up and realized class starts on Monday. No. You got to take in as much time of the holidays as possible. I go back to work. I go back to work on Monday. I say back to work. I just have to sit back down here, but you know, still, it's getting up earlier in the morning. F it. It's a new year. I'm gonna make a tortilla and fall asleep. Fall asleep with rather than with my sad self. Well, enjoy the tortilla if you want. You're free to stick around with us, Pico Nico, if you want. Thanks. Well, no worries for the comp. I mean, it's a really interesting. I love finding new, to me, science and tech streamers because there's always something really cool to discover there. So, if you guys check out Volcano Doc, give her a follow. Because there are some amazing things to see deep within our planet that eventually bubbles up to the surface. And she'll tell you all about it. I will ramble on about what goes on way the hell out of our atmosphere. Insomniac Flashback, how are you doing? Happy New Year. Loving the beard, thank you. Thank you very much. It works, it's a lot easier to clean up than glitter, so I opt for the fire hazard rather than the vacuum inducing decorations. If Lux for you, class starts on the 12th. Okay, so you get another week of reprieve. I have to prep because I'm instructor this quarter. Fair enough. Mrs. Canuck is a teacher, and I know all about the prep that kind of that goes into running a classroom. So my sympathies, my understanding. It's yeah. Great and doing well. Excellent. Good to hear that. Glad you guys are doing well. I mean, we're on the cusp of a new year. Hopefully, with a new outlook on things and just a general better attitude towards everything. Because we sure as hell need a lot more compassion and understanding in 2021. I think that's the biggest takeaway that I can have from this trip around the sun. But yeah, glad you guys have come in, decided to stop in, pop in for a little bit, whether you're here the whole night or just for a a short little greeting. I appreciate it very much. Glad to have you guys in here. I am Tom. I am the Astro Canuck. And 99% of the time, we are taking live images of outer space. However, that is not the case. We are under cloud cover in the east of England. And it's just not the the kind of weather that we're hoping for. Usually, we will get some interesting images: galaxies, nebulae, star clusters, anything that kind of tickles our fancy. That's nothing. Images, the Soul Nebula is a really interesting area to look at in the night sky. And this is a bit of an example of when you don't cool your camera down to sub-zero temperatures, how noisy things can get. It doesn't look as smooth as some of the images there. Ambiguous coffee mug. Yes, it's my way of blending in as a Briton. I don't drink tea, but if they think I do, they're more accepting. And that's also not to say that there isn't some party cookies, which I'm just gonna bite it. A little dessert. Because I didn't buy any sausage rolls for snacks, so we're just gonna skip straight to dessert. What else have we shot with it? Okay. The Rosette Nebula. One of the most amazing looking targets in the night sky. This was a 16-minute exposure that we shot a few weeks ago now. And it's quickly become one of my favorite images. Not only just for the structure and the color that we kind of got out of this image, but just the details in all these kind of the Bach globules, these tiny little clouds of gas and dust that have separated or cooling down. I bought so much gorgonzola for the holidays and I thought it was over, but now I don't have it. I wish I had it. Now you guys can't see everything. However, my studio has a fridge right next to it, and I am going to tuck in to this. I'm going to move away from this camera for a second here. To this Cornish Cruncher cider and cheese bake. I'm excited for that tomorrow. That's going to be delicious. That is a rich blend of Cornish Cruncher cheddar with cider. I'm excited for that. That'll be a good Friday afternoon treat. I ate ham and prosciutto. See, if I hadn't already had dinner, I would be incredibly hungry. I was Alpha done. Perfect. I was so ready to unsub had you whipped out my precious Zola. No, I don't have any gorgonzola in here. I have what else we got? There's some nice blue Stilton in there. And what else we got? There's some other kind of cheddar. It's kicking around there. And the brie never lasts long. Blue Stilton. Yes, it's can I reach it from here? Yes, I can. Let's see what's in Astro's fridge, right? Award-winning blue Stilton. It's in a ceramic jar and everything. I haven't even opened it yet. don't even know what to expect. What's going to come out of there? You know? How awesome is this? A rich and creamy Stilton with a long-lasting savory taste. Made by master cheddar makers at Long Clawson Dairy, who have been making cheese in the Vale of Belvoir for over 100 years. Fancy. You're making us hungry. To pop that back in there. There you go. We'll leave the refrigerator for now if more people are in need of food and it isn't dinner time or just making them hungry for more. Prestige Pag cheese. Cheese lovingly handcrafted and aged within the barrels of whiskey. Ooh. Some whiskey aged cheese. Interesting. Making this stuff up now. Now, like I said, hadn't I had dinner, I might have been tucking into that cheese right now. Who knows? A bit of a science and cheddar with cheese and crackers. There is some wine. We'll see. Sounds good though. I'm looking forward to yes. This takes what, 20 minutes to cook. To heat up for this thing here. 20 to 25 minutes. Extra mature cheddar cheese, creme fraiche, and cider bake. Yeah, I'll report back on this. Let you know how it turns out. If there's any left, that's not going to happen. But yes, back to our image of the Rosette Nebula. Hungry now, BRB. No worries. We'll be here. Let us know what you get. So I did image this was about the Rosette Nebula, which I did image it for an hour last season, and we'll probably jump into Photoshop just actually, no, I gotta check if I have the file. If we jump into Photoshop to see what we can kind of quickly process out of there, maybe kind of leading into the into midnight. We'll see where that file is. Nope, not there. Uh-oh. Where is this thing? I know I didn't delete it. It's just if it's on another drive, then I have to go retrieve it. And it's not there. Nope, no, we got it. That was the first, okay, almost a year ago, the 1st of January, or sorry, not the 20th of January is when I saved this file down. Sent the link for the Done project. Is that in on the Discord? All right. Now, for those who are not familiar with Alpha Unity here, he is responsible for our main title theme song. And that is this one right here. Plays at the opening of every stream. It does enter the rotation throughout the night, but this was a nifty little composition that he put together and has aptly named the Heart Nebula. of which I have him. He's using my image of the Heart Nebula to advertise this music. So it's a wonderful little composition that I enjoy very much. Very talented dude. The name I chose is Lightning Years. That is a massive link. All right, this one doesn't loop, does it, Alpha? So I'm for a different style this time. All right, so this is a debut of Alpha Unity's latest project. So let's switch over here. Have a little listen. Impress the sounds you get out of this. I don't know what these buttons do, so I don't want to touch them. That is cool, dude. I am tired, but also eating. I hope I managed to stay up until your midnight. Can I send a work in progress on Rosette and Discord? Yeah, drop it in the share your images section there. Yeah, no, Alpha, I like the sound of this one. It's I can still hear you in it, but it is a different tone. That's really cool. Yeah, keep them coming there. I don't have your SoundCloud link available there at the moment's notice. If you want to, Alpha, if you want to drop your SoundCloud link in the chat, if those want to check him out, he has some really nice work on there. I have a small Moscato bottle to ruin my sober night, so there's still time for me to self-motivate. Not a worries. I do have a, what do I have? I have a Speyside single malt Scotch ready to ring in the new year with. So I'll have that at the ready. In fact, I'll make sure I don't forget that. So we'll toast to that at the new. We'll toast to 2021. You mean this link? That link right there. Check it out there. Alpha Unity on his SoundCloud page. Some amazing compositions on there. Lux, you just did drop that on there. Cool. I like that detail down there. I mean, the Rosette Nebula is an incredible target to image on there. You know, even like at long focal lengths, there's lots to see. At you know, with the wider focal lengths, obviously you get that whole complex in there. But yeah, that little area right there, which I have which is just just a little rotation just down the window, just one more down there, is you know, this little area down here. So it's really cool to see that there. Now I look forward to seeing the end product of what you come up with there. It's on a remote telescope because I can't get that detail on mine. I mean, for those who, if you don't have your own kind of scope to use, using a remote telescope is a great way to kind of catch these other targets that you may not have access to. And for me, I have very limited time with some of these Orion targets, and they're so amazing to look at. I haven't used a remote scope, but it's one of those options that are out there. But I feel like for taking the images and collecting those photons and taking the time to set up the scope and get everything right and picking the target and choosing exactly what your composition is going to be, it's that's what I enjoy more about everything. And I do like processing the images, but at the same time, I like to be as involved as much as possible. And I know when I'm sharing when I do the 10-minute images with you guys, I like to share those images, and that means a lot more to me than when I am kind of sitting out there by myself collecting hours worth of images and then processing it and then sharing the final image, because you guys don't get to experience everything that kind of goes along with it. And some of you might figure it a little boring, but it's what I like to do, and I like to be able to share as much of that experience with you guys as possible, because that's what I want to do with this whole channel, is to get you guys to experience astrophotography as much as possible. For those who may not have the equipment to do it, or you may not even be in an area that allows you to do any imaging, be it light pollution or just maybe you live in an apartment building so you can't get a a scope set up there. So yeah, it's what I like to do, and hopefully you guys enjoy it as well and can get as much enjoyment out of astrophotography as much as possible there. If you could image anything without any locational or gear restriction, what would you image? I would... I'd want to shoot the Eagle Nebula with the Pillars of Creation, because that's one of those shots. It's an iconic shot from Hubble of those that area in the night sky, M16. It's just to be able to kind of shoot it with my own equipment and have my own image of the pillars of creation would be, that's kind of like one of the shots I want to do. Third Rock, how are you doing tonight? Good to see you in here. Slew is expensive though. There was a time where Slew they had some free scopes available, but now you can't even access anything without an account on there. So it's a little annoying. Is the ASI Air compatible with SharpCap PhD? No, it's not. ASI Air has their own imaging, or their own guiding system, which is very similar to PhD. But yeah, it's all for the ZWO ASI Air. It's all of their own proprietary equipment, save for some DSLRs that are available to use on there, which is why at one point I was very close to kind of getting a Stellarmate, which would offer a few more options, and in the end I ended up sticking with the ZWO product because everything just it works really well together, and I wasn't looking to kind of muck about with some other things. I figured once I get my own observatory set up, then I'll change things around and have some have a different kind of setup where I have a more wired connection there. Pillars is the reason I'm here. Pillars is the reason I'm trying to knock my neighbor's house down. Nothing in the southern hemisphere. If I was to do the southern hemisphere, it would have to be Eta Carina. It would have to be that area of the night sky to shoot that one there. Third Rock. Volcano Dock. If you had to choose, 1, go to space, or 2, have Hubble from Hubble. I want a nice telescope. Insomniac, do you have a scope right now, or is it just what you want to get into there? And Alpha, I will open up that link in a second here. Space is cool. Jump on that in 1 second there. How far north am I? I am in the east of England. I'm like, let's say 60 degrees north. I haven't seen any aurora from my place. There have been times when it has been low, but we have clouds. Much like now. So usually when any kind of astronomical event occurs, it's not the weather is always against me there. Why not our own mini Hubble in orbit? I mean, that right there with what Third Rock said, being able to have more affordable CubeSats in orbit and be able to kind of image whenever we want to, and just get as many targets as possible there. Now I know, oh God, I keep forgetting the name of Third Rock. You're going to remember what it is because you found it before. Dustin Gibson's friend, who was launching that telescope, because their company is good for that. England doesn't like astrophotographers, apparently. Not really. It seems to be. It's one of the. It's a hobby. It's a lifestyle that is really tough to execute around here. When we do have clear skies, it's great. There's really good seeing, and when we have some nice, cool, calm nights, it's fantastic. I can almost see the band of the Milky Way, and unfortunately, yeah, it can be tough to get these images coming through there. I mean, if SpaceX can start throwing some imaging scopes up there as well, maybe a bit of an apology for what they put us through with Starlink. But again, that kind of comes down to it's great to have that convenience of the remote scopes. But again, it's that challenge that comes with everything that we have to deal with. Whether it is trees or neighbors' houses or just the bad weather. There's always going to be some kind of space fab. Thank you, space fab. There's always going to be some kind of Voldemort scope when? Who knows? Your guess is as good as mine. We don't say that name of the scope that shall not be named until it's launched, because every time we do mention its name, it's another half an hour delay and another $300,000 over budget. I should make a command that you misspelled it, so we're safe. All right, yeah. That could be anybody. That could be JMass Web. Could be anybody, You don't know. We don't know. Now, it's actually already labeled JMass Web. Fixing that would cost another $1 billion and a year. The Freddy Krueger launch date is said to be 31st of October 2021. Interesting. Yeah, just don't call it by any other name. A scope by any other name will probably launch just as late. That Alfie had dropped a video there. Markiplier going on about space. That's cool. But yeah, space is cool. It's using a combo of Universe Sandbox, Space Engine maybe, or just Universe Sandbox. We do have Universe Sandbox as well, so we can kind of do the same thing. I figured Freddy was acceptable due to Halloween launch date. I'm for it. We can refer to it as the Freddy Krueger scope until otherwise. Right. I will check that out off stream for to listen to it there, but yeah, definitely. Now for another thing for 2021 is I will actually be using my YouTube channel make some shorter videos rather than just kind of saving down the VODs from these broadcasts. So there will be some more purpose-driven content on YouTube, and it really just kind of like maybe small little things that I've kind of learned along the way. Not really long videos, but just little, I don't even say tips, just kind of sharing stories of the difficulties I've had with astrophotography and maybe offering up a little bit of a solution for someone who may be, you know, kind of looking down that path for astrophotography and trying to figure out what it is they want, what they can have a little better idea of what to avoid, maybe for some purchases as well. But yeah, that's a bit of the plan for 2021's YouTube channel. Do you watch Anton Petrov on YouTube? He's been putting out some very interesting space-related content this last week. I have not. I apologize. I can smell the fireworks. Anyway, I'm going to lurk. You made my day. Thank you so much for today and yesterday. Love you, man. All right, Alpha, you too, brother. Take care, and thank you for the lurk. Happy New Year to you, and we'll catch you on the next stream or a little later tonight, depending on what your schedule is like. But thank you very much for coming in. Thank you very much for sharing the music. SoundCloud, Alpha Unity. Check him out. He did drop that link up there. If I come across it again, I will share that link again. Have a good one, Alpha. We will see you soon. Right, we are 55 minutes away from the new year here in the UK. He makes videos a lot of published research papers on space physics and stuff, including quantum. I will definitely check that out. Was it Anton Petrov? I'm going to check that out in search for him right now on YouTube, so I have him in my history. My name is Anton, and I explain science, math, or other complicated topics using simulations, video games, and easy to understand. That's where it cuts off. Oh no, I have seen him. I have seen his stuff. I'm just terrible with names. Yeah, no, I have seen some of his videos. Excellent stuff. He uses Space Engine and Universe Sandbox to explain science. And that's, I mean, I'm still... I mean, I have a earlier version of Space Engine, but looking at what he has on display there's looks much more refined. Which I do want to kind of get into the more detailed, nitty-gritty controls of both those programs, so we can actually, rather than kind of fumbling around and just blowing up a star at the end of Universe Sandbox, is, you know, use it towards more of a purpose. I think at least trying to look at what Saturn and Jupiter were going to do if they're really close together was a bit of a start of what we want to achieve on here. Lux, Happy New Year. May 2021 be the best yet. Here's hoping for that. Here is hoping for that we can, like I said, turn that corner and be a little more positive, a little more compassionate to everybody in 2021. But for those of you who have just come in, thank you very much for joining the channel. Good to see you in here. I am Tom. I'm the Astro Canuck. And tonight, leading up to the clock striking midnight, we are having actually a really good conversation with everybody. It's been a good night so far. We are just under an hour away from midnight, and if I can keep an eye on the clock, we will have our countdown leading up to the new year. And it is a little chilly here in the east of England. I fear that I have acclimatized too much to to the weather here, and that -1 is absolutely freezing. Also, it's just the fact that I'm in my house and I shouldn't be feeling this darn cold. So every now and then the heater has to pop on, and every now and then the fun has to turn on as well. Billy Galaxy Art, good to see you in here. How you doing? How have you been? See, I like these emotes where people are using more of the space, you know? So you're not just kind of relegated to that small 112 by 112 pixels. I like those ideas. I think what do I have? I have 2 more spots to unlock. So I think what I will try to work on for the next round of emotes is something like that, where they can be combined together to form one whole emote. So that's, I mean... That's a good one. Or at least just have a left and a right something. Like I said, I think the idea might be to use the fist shaking at the clouds, because we do that fairly often here, as we are often clouded out. So these combos are working out great. I love it. Yeah, maybe I will kind of rotate some things out. I don't know. We'll see. I mean, it's still fresh. There's still lots of ideas. A lot of different options we can do here. One kind of aspiration to somehow reach partner is just to have those extra emote slots available. Just have some more options there. But that's long-term goals for the channel here. Like I said, let's just make it to 2021 right now. Let's make sure we keep this going for the next 49 minutes at least, and then we'll work on some more grandiose plans for the new year there. Of which kind of comes with maybe more opportunities to bring out the lights as well. I mean, I like them. And they're not as crappy as the reviews had said. I was kind of worried that they were going to be absolute junk, and they're not. They're lovely. Like, they do eat up the batteries pretty quickly, so like that's the only extra added cost for all of this. I'm pretty sure if I tried to hardwire this thing, which I'm not anywhere near an electrician of any sorts, I would probably blow the beard up. So we'll stick with the batteries. That'll be fine. You don't need to set it on fire. But I will USB powered, maybe. That's got to be possible. Here's the tiny little. These little watch, not a watch battery, but I don't know if you have these in your watch. How big is your watch? These batteries. That's all it takes. 2 of them. CR2032 lithium. 3 volts. So yeah, that could be fine. USB does 3 volts, no? Well, no, it'd have to be, it's 2 of these, so I don't know what that means. And then if it was USB powered, yeah, then we just run these things all night. Be a party all the time. All right, is the weather improving at all? It's probably not. It's probably not. No. Now, if anything, this is about as clear as it's going to get. Gray there, gray here. Yeah, it was at one point, the weather was looking, it was looking better. Now it's not. This green here earlier in the day, no, never happened. Gray the whole day through. It wasn't until I kind of twigged and I was like, there's no sunshine going on. So yeah, that didn't work out too well. And I'm hoping whenever I see, at least when I see the weather where it's kind of, you get the orange, there's a possibility that there might be a little bit of clearing, maybe. However, I mean, possibly. They're not really calling for rain or snow, really, for Saturday night. So if Saturday turns out to be a little bit of a possibility, don't trust clear outside that much. I kind of use it as like my first port of call for the forecast, and then I will check what the Met Office says for my area for the weather forecast for the cloud cover, and also another app called Night Shift, which kind of works out fairly well. It's almost like the mediator for either side of clear outside or the Met Office. So whatever one what Night Shift agrees with, then I figure then that's the one to kind of go for there. What else do you guys use for, I guess, as far as tracking your weather? What other apps do you use? I haven't seen a star in a month. I lie. I saw Sirius through a break in the clouds the other night, but does that really count? No. No. Not really. Oh, damn it. All right. So there's something up with moving back to that scene. It just goes to a blank. That shouldn't happen. I think you need some more prolonged clear skies to be able to make it count. Oh, yes. I saw Chuck's astrophotography using this app. Like, it seems much more reliable. I will. That is saved as a bookmark. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Doesn't work for the UK. No, I tried that. I thought there was a possibility, but US and Canada it does, and that's perfect. That is for those. If you didn't click on the link, you just want me to click on the link. That is the composite radar imagery. And I'm not even going to pretend how to use this page at all, but I will, there we go. So how much time goes by with that there? Well, that's like the most of the day. At least gets you a better idea of what to expect for any cloud coverage. So that is pretty cool. And that's where I got it from, Chuck. Yep. I think, like I said, again, it's always interesting seeing what other people have in their arsenal for weather forecasting and being able to plan your night out and get a better idea of what to expect, because, you know, things aren't always as reliable, so to be able to kind of plan those nights out. Wait, I was AFK. Is this now the Econ Greg waiting room? No, not at the moment. But I'm actually surprised I haven't seen Greg streaming in the last couple of days. He's been killing it in Atlanta or in Georgia. Just with both day and night. All right, let's go back to the new. Yeah, crap weather here on the East Coast. That seems to be the general consensus. I can only, man, you want more clear skies. That's what we want. Is it too much to ask for? I mean, at least 2 nights in a row. 2 nights in a row, at least, every week. It's not much to ask for. I don't know who to write a letter to about that. There's no one to really complain to. We just have to kind of deal with it as it comes in. So, there we go. You know, it's tough dealing with the weather because you can't control it. We're at the mercy of the weather. We want to be able to get as much imaging time in as possible, as much observation time as possible, and yeah, I can only hope that we have more clear skies coming up, and we'll be able to do more of this, do more astrophotography, more imaging, and looking at cool targets like the Rosette Nebula. I think Orion is an incredible target to be looking at there. Let's see, the Fishhead Nebula, we were on about that earlier in regards to the Heart Nebula. The kind of just the tip of the Heart Nebula that we're looking at right now, and it's such an interesting area to be looking at there. And clear outside for me is about 70 to 80% accurate. I've had it be wrong, but it said it'd be cloudy as well as clear. I don't rely on just one. Even installing my own weather station at home. Yeah, I agree with also getting there are there's weather stations, and there's some there's sky devices that'll measure like the quality of your sky as well, and you can kind of hook them up as well to your observatory roof, so you can kind of have that roll off or roll on if the weather is going to change, especially if you're not exactly right by the whole unit there, if it is kind of almost a mildly remote setup that you have going on there. But yeah, I mean, getting some interesting targets, and as the season goes on, we're going to have different areas of the night sky available to us. And again, I keep going back to this image of Andromeda. I love it so much because I never thought I'd actually get such a close-up view of this galaxy. My first image of Andromeda was a very, very wide field image where it showed up as this itty-bitty little smudge. And, you know, I had no idea that a few years later we'd be looking pretty much right into the core of this galaxy with this scope. And even now, this still isn't even the native focal length of this telescope. You know, and we're getting these views of the core of the galaxy, and the camera is handling it really, really well because it's not blown out. I think this is a nice detail. Thank you. This is a, which one? This one's a 10-minute. No, I think this was a 16-minute exposure of Andromeda using the 8-inch Ritchie-Chrétien telescope that we have and the ZWO ASI 533 with a tri-band filter. So yeah, it's not the best for a galaxy, but at the same time it does cut out a lot of that brightness. And we are only imaging through hydrogen alpha, oxygen 3, hydrogen beta. Imagine what a 5-hour one would look like. And that's what I try to aim for when I'm doing imaging, is try to get at least 4 hours on a target, to some of the dimmer targets as well, to bring out that detail. Other targets work out really well at shorter integration times because they're nice and bright and detailed. But the more time you can kind of get on a target, obviously the more you can stretch that image, and you're not amplifying any of the issues that kind of crop up with that there. My office is outside in a separate building from the house, and my scope sits 3 meters away out the door. I mean, I have, like, my scope is just out in the back garden here. It's nice and close. But yeah, definitely I have been caught out once with the rain. Putsy fam. Asteroid AC Putsy coming in 20,000 kilograms. How are you doing today? How are you doing, guys? Good to see you in here. I can't believe it. I got to use the new raid. That's fantastic. Putsy, Happy New Year to you, brother. Leroy Streams, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome to the observatory. Good to have you guys in here. You like that, eh? That was it's been in the works for a little while. I think I can still further refine it, but I like where it's at. Hopefully the sound wasn't too loud. Hopefully that was all right for you guys. Fulminae, how you doing? Good to see you in here. Solernum, thanks for streaming, Astro. Image like this leave me in awe. The moon looks clear and bright, Cambridge way. Do you and anyone in chat have any New Year's resolutions? Interesting. I haven't really set up a New Year's resolution. New Year for me in 35 minutes. But I think anything is just try to take more opportunities to get images of the night sky and make sure that I try not to put off any imaging time whatsoever. Isn't it a little dangerous to wrap wire around? It's all right. They're not hot. They're little LEDs. We're good. It wasn't loud. You could hear it though, right? It still came through. It was all good. As have I. Just finished polar alignment and focused and was slewing to a target just as I went to press go live. Freak downpour that lasted all of 2 minutes, then stopped. Ruined my night. Spent the rest of the night cleaning everything. And there was no rain on the radar. That's annoying. I always that one's tough. Fulne, thanks for the lurk. Thank you very much for the lurk. Putsy, how'd the rest of your stream go, dude? How is things? Welcome everyone from Putsy's stream. For those of you who are not familiar with Putsy, he is a streamer based in Singapore, and he has some amazing channel reward points. He has an amazing stream, a hilarious personality, wonderful little dude. And yeah, check him out. He plays all sorts of games, does all sorts of stream improvements, always trying to strive to be the most interesting streamer that he can be, and he does a really, really good job of it, so check him out. Got rated 4 times in total today. Oh my, so you danced for all that time then? Did you, was every raid sufficient enough to trigger your raid dance? Oh, little dude. I don't know, maybe you are 6'10", I don't know. You know, the camera doesn't show height. You're a gigantic dude and I don't know it. Enough to trigger a rave. That's it. Getting fit off of raids. Looks like that's what you're in for 2021. This is about as ravey as I get. Kelvin Simulator. Good to see you in here. How are you? How have you been tonight? It's already yep, I saw Putsy ring in the new year a few hours ago. And we are 29 minutes out. 29 minutes out from ringing in the new year here. 7:31 in the morning. Did you get the winning lottery numbers at all by chance, Putsy? Because you missed them out last time. If you missed them out again this week, it's a tough way to start out the new year, missing the winning lottery numbers. Not bad, 5:30 there, waiting for the final hour of the year. 20, 69, 74, 48, and the bonus number? Wit, good to see you in here. How you doing, man? Nice beard, thank you. Having a little fun here. It was a bit of a hit on Christmas, and the bonus number is 6. All right, write that down. Anybody wins, we have a $1 million party. Let's see, 20, 69, 74, 48, and the bonus number is 6. All right, we'll let you know how that goes. How'd you clip the lights on? I just ran it through my thick, luscious beard. Oh, there's tiny little clips. I think I used them all. Oh, no, I have 2 more. 3. Oh, I don't think I used enough clips. It's staying in there. Cursed on duty. How you doing, dude? Good to see you. Ready to ring in the new year in 27 minutes. These are the tiny little clips. That's it. That's all that holds it in there. Hype. Hammered. Excellent. Excellent. For those who are not familiar with Cursed on Duty, give him a follow if you like some Call of Duty online. He is he's way better than me at that game. Oh, cool. And yeah, give him a follow if you can, if you like watching some Call of Duty being played. Oh, but good to see you guys in here. Thank you very much for coming in. We are, let's see, 25 minutes out, and I need to actually see if my countdown. I check in for stuff. I don't know. Oh, good to see you in here. Appreciate you coming in. Having a little drink. I am ready for the new year. I do have my single malt scotch ready to go. Check in for stuff, the knowledge, the space, the wonderfulness. How was my day? My day was pretty good. And yeah, just kind of getting prepared for tonight's stream and trying to warm up. I woke up today at 1, so I messed up my schedule a bit. That's kind of been the theme for this holiday season. I've been staying up way early. Or not way early, way late, and then kind of trying to wake up at a decent hour and get as much of the day in as possible there. Wit, thanks for the lurk. No worries. Hey! Thank you, Putsy. Thank you very much for the gifted sub to Lemon Wedge. Woo! What are we at there? 33. I don't even remember what the counter was at the beginning of the night. But thank you very much for the gifted sub. Appreciate that very much. And those of you who are not familiar with the sub train, where most of the goals are for someone to reach a point. I do not want to reach the supermassive black hole. That is not the point of the sub train. We don't want me to reach there. We don't want to get it. But that's just my fun little thing on there. But we'll be see, I almost want to test out the countdown, see if it actually works, if there's sound. But at the same time, I don't want to. Oh, it's a tough one. We want a milk dromeda collision. That's an interesting one. That'd be something to kind of have on there. Some sort of. That could be a channel reward point. Maybe we'll see about that. I mean, I'm going to be getting into doing a little more with the stream in terms of offering up some channel rewards and. You know, just other little things, other little nerdy bits, such as this, as me trying to outrun the gravitational pull of a supermassive black hole. Batsy. Thank you very much for the gifted sub to Kelvin Simulator. Welcome in. Excellent. Lovely to have him as a member of the observatory. Thank you very much, Putsy. Appreciate that. You're too kind, sir. Thank you so much. Patsy, thank you again for the gifted sub to Lux P23 Astro Lux. Thank you very much. Glad to have you in as an assistant to the observatory. Cheers, brother. Thank you. 35. Thank you, Patsy. And I saw Salernum. You said no London fireworks this year. No, we are stuck in. That's it. Should have unlocked the next emote slot. I believe we have. I don't know if we have to let it refresh. We did. We have a new emote slot ready to go. Thank you, Putsy, for the gifted subs. Appreciate that so much, man. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Ah, you're a good dude, man. Appreciate you coming in here. Appreciate the raids. I'm very happy to have met you on that raid from Nutty. Like, that reaction that you had was so incredible. I'm very glad to have to met you on that day and met you guys as well. And so many more people have joined the observatory and just made so many more friends on Twitch. I think this is incredibly important to have this, this community that we have. These are other communities that we have growing around here. I think it's incredible to see everybody doing this, having their own thing, sharing their own passions in so many other areas. It's great to see you guys in different chats, different channels, and meeting you guys all over the place on Twitter. It's nice to see these friends online that we've made. Proper Copper. Thank you very much for coming in. Thank you for the like. Thank you for joining the observatory. Hope you're doing well. We are 19 minutes away from ringing in the new year. Putsy's 2021 is awesome so far. I think so. It is very, very, very generous of you for the gifted subs. I appreciate that very much. We have unlocked our next emote, so I got some work to do over the next day or so. So I was planned out for a while for the nice beard emote. Yeah, we'll see. We'll like I said, it may be a bit of a two-parter where we can have a fist shaking at the clouds or something like that. I'll get something whipped up. We'll see that maybe on Saturday's stream for our rainy day astronomy, and have a look at what we can do there. Love the support. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Very, 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 very much. Thank you. Right, 3 beers. Or putting towards some whiskey. Hey, Mojo, thank you for the bits. Mojo, thank you very much for the 400 bits. Appreciate that, dude. Thank you. Can you solve the Rubik's Cube? What's your best time? If I can remove the stickers, 2 minutes. Hey, thank you very much, Mojo. Thank you very much for the 100 bits. Thank you guys very much. I appreciate it. Just wanted to be number one. Pushing ahead there. Excellent. Thank you. James. Thank you for the 100 bits. James Bay, thank you very much. Appreciate that, dude. Number one by 3 bits. Can't afford to be anymore. No, that is all right. I appreciate the.
Just checking. Okay, last one.
Guys, thank you. James Bay, thank you very much for the 100 bits. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Appreciate that, guys. Like I said, always appreciate it on this channel. Thank you so much. You guys are tremendous. The support that's been given out here, I love it. It's.
One more time.
Mojo, thank you very much for the bits. I appreciate that. Thank you so much, dude. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Mojo Jojo will also... You are starting your stream. You're going to be starting streaming soon yourself, aren't you, sir? For those of you who want to prepare for the magic and might that is Mojo Jojo, drop him a follow as well. Get him prepared. Get him on the right track there, because we're looking forward to seeing what Mojo Jojo is going to be doing in the new year. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate it. Showing love. Thank you very much. Like I said, seeing you in other chats that I never expected to see other people in, and you it's good to see familiar faces around. So I thank you guys so much for your support. It's just as much as I can say thank you for. So adorable, sweetheart. Pookie. My dear, how are you doing? Good to see you in here. Oh, give the beard a second there. Eating up the batteries. There we go. It's those blue lights that eat it up really quick. We are 15 minutes out. Does my face get warm? No. No. If anything, everything is really cold in here. I have to turn the heater on every now and then. But yeah, I want to be able to test out this countdown timer, because it may be pants. I don't know. 13 minutes. I have the time is. It is well timed with this. So I'm going to double check in 30 seconds if that goes to an 8. If it goes to 8:48. God. I haven't even dipped into the whiskey. In 11:48. So I know that when you should try and run this countdown. I think it's about, I don't know. Stayed up for this epic life-changing moment. You might be building this up to something a little. All right, yeah, it looks like we were right on time for that there. But thank you guys for the bits. Appreciate that very much. Putsy for the gifted subs. Thank you so much. Appreciate the support that you guys have given me. And like I said, everything that's going to be coming in from this channel goes towards new astrophotography gear, so I can bring you guys more images of the night sky, longer and better images more interesting images of the night sky as much as possible. So I thank you guys very much for making 2020 not so crummy. You know, it's been really, 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 really great meeting new people, meeting those who are interested in astronomy, in astrophotography, and just who generally like kind of hanging out and saying hey. And if I can answer your questions, that's what I'd like to be able to do. And if not, that just gives me something new to research. So I appreciate you guys immensely. It means so much. I mean, you know, I don't know how much more to express how much I appreciate you guys coming in. Bubba Zelnik, hi mother. Mom, how you doing? Good to see you in here. The batteries are kind of going here. Getting all emotional before the first whiskey shot. That's it. Do it now while everything is nice and stable. Before the whiskey starts flowing. We're building up all this this countdown. It's really just 10 seconds to our next trip around the sun. And for those of you who have just come in, for those of you who may not be familiar with things, I am Tom. I am the Astro Canuck, and whenever possible, we are imaging the night sky. However, tonight we are under clouds. We are under all the clouds in the east of England, and it's tough to do any live astrophotography. This is astronomy on hard mode. But whenever the skies are clear, we are looking at the night sky, trying to get some interesting images coming through, much like our nearest galactic neighbor, the Andromeda Galaxy. 2.5 million light years away on a collision course with the Milky Way in about 4 billion years. And that's why we have radio telescopes to combat the clouds. That is true, but I have a very tiny back garden, and to be able to set up a radio telescope is not exactly an option here. Have you tried cutting some paper stars out and sticking them to the end of your telescope? That'd be more of astronomy on easy mode. Well, bringing images like this of the Bubble Nebula, about 1,000 light years across, 7,000 light years away. One of the objects that astronomy with hacks, yes. One of the objects that kind of holds true to its namesake. Whereas some other ones that some objects in the night sky just don't always match up with what they're called. There's another shot of the Rosette Nebula, which I was hoping to do a little processing on, but we have gotten wonderfully sidetracked, and I appreciate that so much. Now I do hear some more fireworks going off, so maybe if we switch over to the security cam in a second there, if they start kind of popping off in the back garden there. Astrorigami. Interesting. No, nobody called security. Happy New Year across the world. Around the world. Now, if New Year's was celebrated at the same time each year, because how it breaks up into why we have the why the clocks, no, sorry, not why the clocks, sorry, why we have the leap years, because we always have to add that extra day in there, because just the way how Earth's rotation works is that if we were to celebrate New Year's at the same time, it would basically be kind of along, I guess it would be around around here, around Greenwich Mean Time, is it would be 6 o'clock, it'd be midnight Then the next year, you'd celebrate New Year's at 6 o'clock in the morning. And then the next year, you would celebrate New Year's at 12 in the afternoon. The next year after that is 6 in the evening. And then you come around to the leap year, and that's your kind of that full quarter rotation of everything there. I don't know if that makes sense. But Neil deGrasse Tyson described it a lot more succinctly than that, of why we have the leap years and just the way to keep the calendar stable. So yeah, if we were to kind of celebrate, because New Year's, it happens all over the world at different times, but it's more of a general time for when everybody does it. So if it was 6 o'clock here that we were celebrating, 6 in the evening would be celebrating the new year in England, then everybody's kind of doing it at like weird times. So you don't have the time for the party. I think it's nice that we do mark it at our midnight to celebrate the new year ringing in there, rather than a weird time for everybody there. Have a rye to cheer in the new year. I have some whiskey here to cheer in the new year. Trying to keep an eye on the clock. Global mean time. There you go. We changed the clocks. All is one. I have a tea. I would expect nothing less. Perfect. And I did see a couple of flashes there. We'll keep that up for a second. We call all the shots, yes. GMT runs the world. Except from like British summertime, that's all wonky. There we go. Did you see that down there? Fireworks. Had that planned out for you guys. All right, while that is running, I'm going to take a quick check of my countdown, see if it actually works. If not, then sugar lumps. Is that a whiskey to celebrate? Anything special? No, just kind of having a toast to the new year. Don't often drink on stream. Now what I might do, we're 3 minutes out, and it's probably too late to be working on any changes. Oh, there we go. You saw the fireworks down there? It's for you guys. It's hard to get things sorted out with the neighbors, but they got the memo. All right. This is as loose as I get with a nice hot tea. All right, let's go over to here. Nope, going back. We got a bit of a light show going on, so I will. I imagine we'll probably cut back to this shot afterwards. There'll be more people setting off more fireworks. my face. Now I'm going to run a test. Happy 1 a.m. Let me know. I will pause this. Let me know if you can hear anything, because I, for some reason, can't. Let me know if you can hear it. Did you hear anything? Did any sound come through? Yes. Good. Good. Because I cannot hear it. So. Oh wow, look at that. I have 20 seconds. Yes, noise. Ha! Happy New Year's, guys. Happy New Year's to everybody. Welcome in 2021. Good to see you guys. Happy New Year's. Oh, thank you, guys. Thank you so much. Cheers to you guys. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for an amazing 2020. Welcoming in the new year here in the UK. Wish you could have some family here. Wish you could be giving some hugs to people. It can be difficult, but thank you guys for spending this time with me. Spending this time together. I appreciate it. Much love to you guys. As much love as possible. Here's to you. Here is to you guys who are following, who are sitting in here with me. I appreciate it so much. Thank you. Peace and happiness. Fulmine, thank you very much. Happy New Year to you too. So adorable. Love you very much. Love you guys. Old Balls, Pops, Mum, Bubba Zelnik. It's expensive stuff. I'm not going to chug it all in one shot there. Oh, squish. Love you guys so much. You guys are fantastic. There we go. Done. Cheers. Salute. That's true. Let's get it all in you. Get it all done. Thank you guys so much. There we go. There's some fireworks. We have a bit of a light show for you folks. Bon chance. Salut a todos. Thank you, Calvin. Pico Nico. Thank you very much for sticking around. Thank you so much. If I missed some of you guys saying Happy New Year's, Happy New Year's to everybody. Mojo Jojo, I Putsy, Calvin Simulator, Old Balls. You guys are fantastic. A half decent late show going on out there. This is great. Show off. No. Me? No, come on. Oh, looks like it's kind of it. Throw me a kiss. Mwah. Mwah. Love you guys. Thank you so much. You guys are fantastic. Thank you for ringing in the new year with me over here. The whiskey is kicking in. Nah, I really am. It's one shot. It takes a lot more. I'm a big boy. Next stop, Mojo Jojo's time zone. Mojo Jojo, are you gonna be like streaming very, very soon or what? Is it like imminent or is it like a few hours? Well, if you say so, we'll wait. No, I appreciate it so much. You guys are fantastic. I can't say thanks enough. And if it sounds repetitive and boring and ridiculous, then that's me. I can be repetitive and boring and ridiculous. But there we go. 2021 is off to a delicious start. I got Mom crying. Oh my God. Don't get her crying. Don't need me get crying. Don't need to have that. Don't need to start crying on stream. Nobody need. Just happy to have you guys in here. Appreciate it so much. It's not that hard. Hey. Yeah, probably not. I'm a softie. I'm a big giant softie. Wait, that came out wrong. Hang on. Wait, no. Go back. Don't. No. Oh. God, don't clip that. No, this is oh no, to get her crying. No, yeah, no, it's easy to get Mom to cry. Ma, I love you very much. I miss you immensely on this holiday. Mwah. Are you crying yet? Delete the VOD. There's more fireworks. This is not ending. These fireworks are not. There we go. Pico Nico saying you had 10 minutes of fireworks. We got 10 minutes of fireworks out here. People are setting them off like it's nobody's business. You got some big events going on there. You sure that's fireworks? I hope so. Oh boy. Luna, Happy New Year. Thank you very much. Thank you. Good to see you in here. Yeah, you know, if we were doing some astrophotography, it would be mildly pooched right now. Although it'd be interesting to see it through the telescope. It'd be very flashy. Pardon me. That's not the whiskey burping, hiccuping. That's just my regular burps and hiccups. Now, after Putsy has developed his burp counter, don't know if I want to rip that off or not. I told you it's kicking in. No. No. This is a genuine feel-good high with you guys hanging around. What'd I do? Schmammered. At least I don't have to drive anywhere. So embarrassing. So adorable. Half a shot, he's gone. Oh, that's it. Barely awake. Pico Nico, barely awake, passing out. Where would I go? I don't know. No idea. I don't know, maybe McDonald's? I don't even know if they're still open. They're probably not open. Better than how I handled it on my birthday stream. Yes, I saw that stream, Putsy. I saw it was a trip down memory lane for you. That was interesting. We see some more reflections of fireworks going off. It's fantastic. All right. Now I think what I'm going to do is, now that we have rung in the new year, we are 10 minutes into 2021. 2020 is behind us. Some new goals, new things to explore in 2021. That's what we want to do. Find some new friends. Discover some new channels, new people to see. And I think what I'm going to do tonight, there's a nice amount of people. Who is around to raid? 1, Beard. 2, Hubble. For 1 day, choose wisely. Who? Either keep the Beard or use Hubble for a day. I'm gonna have to say keep the Beard. 2020 finally has a patch update. That is true. All right. I think I might drop you into some Canadian content, to the Real Canadian Moose. Where there will be eventually some more ringing in of the New Year's. Again, finding some new friends. So I will get you guys prepared to send you over to Real Canadian Moose. But before I hit enter and make sure that I have he's going to sleep after 1 shot. No. We'll get you guys over to double check Real Canadian Moose. I don't want to pull a Tenko here. Canadian Moose, there we go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, family, friends, you guys have been absolutely incredible. Thank you so much. I appreciate all the bits, all the subs that have come in today. I appreciate you just hanging out. You have been absolutely incredible. Let me get that ready. Get you guys in here. Join in for the raid. Those of you who are subscribed, you can copy that in for your raid message. But thank you guys so much. Welcome into 2021. Those who have yet to ring in the new year, Happy New Year to you. And those who have celebrated the new year, Happy New Year to you guys. Astro Beard, Happy New Year to you, sir. You guys have been tremendous. We'll be back on Saturday with our regularly scheduled program of the Rainy Day Astronomy. We'll see you guys very soon. Thank you so much. We're going to send the love over to Real Canadian Moose. And let me get everything else ready here. Thank you so much. Happy New Year to you all. Happy freaking New Year. Love you guys so much. I have been Tom. I am the Astro Canuck. I'm not here to change the world. I'm here to share the universe. Have a very good evening. Happy New Year to you. We will see you Saturday. Take care.